welcome back on my channel. Today I want to be talking about the toxic side of the child-free community. Because I found myself in a toxic community when I joined a Facebook group for people that didn't want kids. I was hoping to find a group with like-minded people who just shared their experiences so it could make other people feel less alone in their choice to be child-free. But boy, was I wrong. This Facebook page, or just this Facebook page in general, are really toxic in my experience. Everything about kids and parents were almost demonized. Nothing about parents or kids were good. People called kids heinous names in some of the responses to posts that was made on this Facebook page, and it was allowed. And it was even applause and got a lot of likes. There was a pretty dark humor on these sites where something like kids being hurt or dying was funny.
I've also been, still am, a member of some great child-free communities on Facebook that also has some dark humor. But the difference between the good Facebook groups and the bad ones, the toxic ones, are that the dark humor is just seen as something funny on the good Facebook child-free communities, but on the bad one, they mean the dark humor literally. They really want bad things to happen to kids and to parents because they don't like them. And this is the part that I find scary and that I find toxic about these groups. This I find to be very scary, along with the missing empathy that it is towards kids and parents on these bad Facebook child-free community groups.
And this negative rhetoric didn't only live on this Facebook page. There were multiple Facebook pages for people being child-free that had this rhetoric.
So there were a post on one of these toxic child-free community Facebook page where it was about the slide that is made for kids, that is made out of metal, that typically is in parks, in the playground area for kids. And this slide makes it so that when it gets hot, the children slides down, it will get burned, and the person who made this post clearly liked that something like this was made for kids because they liked that they would get burned when they slide down it. And I wrote to this post, I wrote, "Poor kid," and my comment got deleted.
It's like empathy towards kids and parents are not allowed on these sites. It's almost as if they try to find everything wrong with parents and kids on these sites. These sites have a clear them against us mentality. The people who have made different choices than them, aka their parents and their kids, are seen as bad people, and they see themselves as being in the right, and the people who have kids and their parents being in the wrong. I hate this rhetoric because nothing is wrong with people who make different choices than you. We're all different. Not liking kids is definitely not the same thing as hating them. And personally, I think a lot of people that actually do not want kids don't have anything against kids at all. So I don't get where this hate comes from. Personally, I don't hate kids. I can actually find some kids being cute, but I don't especially like kids. I find them annoying, but I don't hate them by any means. So I just think this hate, I don't get where it's coming from. And I just think it's so toxic. And these sites hate parents and kids. I don't want this rhetoric to spill into the rest of the child-free community. Because for me, the child-free community is not about hating parents or kids. Just about sharing our experience with having a child-free life in the hopes that somebody else can understand us and can make us feel less alone in our choice to be child-free. It's not about bashing kids or parents. Nothing's wrong with being a parent or having a kid if it's the right thing for you. The rhetoric is beyond toxic, and that's why I left these Facebook groups. Personally, everyone is welcome on my channel. I also talk about being child-free on this channel. As long as you're nice to other people, I don't care if you have kids or if you don't have kids, you're welcome on my channel. I think we would get further with trying to understand each other and where we're coming from than to fall into this toxic rhetoric that are on these Facebook pages. And I hope that my channel might inspire you to try to understand where somebody else is coming from. Just hope that my video brings awareness to the rhetoric that is on these groups, and I just hope that does not spread. And I hope that maybe more awareness would help change the rhetoric, but I know in general there can really be a toxic rhetoric, especially on Facebook. So I don't know if it will ever change, but I just hope that my video brings some awareness to it. And I just want to say that no matter if you have kids or not, or if you want kids or not, you're welcome on my channel. I don't judge you by the choice you make, I judge you by the person you are. So if you don't know if you want kids, if you have kids, if you don't want kids, everyone is welcome on my channel.
So to sum up this video, what I'm trying to say is that negativity breeds more negativity, and negativity can end up breeding hate. And when hate is spread, it just becomes extremely toxic to be in this environment, to be in this group environment that have spread so much negativity that it has turned into hate. Because then the them against us mentality is spread, where the child-free people in this scenario see themselves as being much better than the people who has kids. And this can end up with them seeing people with kids and kids as being lesser people than them. And then in really grim scenarios, this can end up in violence. And therefore, I think it's extremely important to talk about these groups of people who breed negativity and hate, because we need to focus on the positives. We need to not hate another group of people. We need to be more empathic than that. Otherwise, it can end up in hate, and it can end up in other people getting hurt. So it's just so important that we focus on the positivity, and we focus on not spreading too much negativity around us in life in general.
I really hope that you got something out of this video and that you enjoyed it. And I just want to say, before I leave, my name is Catherine. I make content all about being child-free by choice and about living an intentional life. If that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you here. And I'll see you soon in another video. Bye guys.